Hello guys, konnichiwa. We are back again. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, guys. We are continuing from where we left yesterday. I know I'm doing this very late, but who cares? Wait. I almost touched the power cable. Rest until the following day. Okay. So far, no one's watching. It's fine, pretty honest. Oh no, my tags are like of Valorant and I am here playing Genshin. Let's go. Okay, we have to go. Oh my god, why is there no TP? Oh, we're gonna go so far away. A TP would have been nice. basically from here. Like, someone's dead. Oh no, is it a quest?
How tiresome. Pick up the pace.
Oh, that's beautiful. Graphics are amazing. What the hell? Didn't we just wake him?
Take a break.
Okay, so that's where Odette is working as Shansha, right?
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolyevsky troupe on stage before. Pleasure.
Let us see the dance of
Please present
Odette.
yourself for a routine inspection in accordance with theater.
Someone's crying.
Is that guy with the Fatui? Looks like he's waiting for something.
Okay, all done. Thank you for your cooperation. Please.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here, so it makes sense that security's tough. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace guard here. You saw him, right? The guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion, but I only ever see him here for one thing. To look for a guy named Mitya.
Okay, so he's the another 5-star banner, which will come next, I guess.
Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. The theater is one of his favorite places to hang out when he's playing hooky from work. But that's not for us to worry about. Let's go. The show's about to start.
Let's go.
What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh?
That's nice. Whoa, look at this the space. It's too spacious.
Oh, the one in Fontaine? Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
Ugh. If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem? Whatever. No point arguing with people like...
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa.
Okay. That's Russian, I guess. Russian language singer.
This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Vodyanitsa will...
the pace. Pick up the pace.
Hey there.
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now. Come in.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop thinking about?
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner. Oh, I remember it so clearly.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodionits's performance.
Traveler is a very good Rizzler. Everywhere he goes, he rizzes up everyone.
So I thought I'd try my luck. See if we could get the chance to chat for a bit. Maybe get an autograph?
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks very highly of you, and so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door. Confidentiality, of course. The rope.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Relax. I've taken care of it. Look at this.
The president's reply sent this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokot. Unfortunately, Rokot intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokot. I wrote a letter to the president explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our Still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance, was that just because Odette was here? Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
He rizzed up
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and we hide our identities. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level. Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization.
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be...
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty of members. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your... There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing...
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made...
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application.
Traveler is signing up for something he didn't plan.
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him. Then, the Rokot was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized...
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything...
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the East Kremen, but he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept dodging and then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, he sends me a letter the day before. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture enough to share some info.
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person has definitely been a Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression on...
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets. And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while?
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application.
Go sign the contract, big boy. Mon pai. Primogen. Code name. The 12th. Reason for application. Mom told me to give it a try. Let's go. That's vanilla.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little All right. Now that we're officially Rokot comrades, I can tell you. Recently, we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that all we need now is some direct evidence to present to the Vetcha, so we can demand that they shut the plant down.
That way, the Kresny Crystal can be allocated to...
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight. Mitya.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya.
Don't you worry. He must know how to dodge Valeri, or he wouldn't be showing up on time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant, we can the authorities should take someone like him seriously. So if he starts raising questions about energy use at the Iskra manufacturing plant, there will be also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we need is... yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to figure out. Though still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So who knows?
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of buddies there to eat, and keep your ears peeled for useful information. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me. But you two need to be convincing. If he suspects anything at...
Sure. Don't worry. We'll make a believable pair of buddies.
Perfect! You've sold me already. Now, help me...
Okay.
Everything!
Where have we to go? Oh wait, I haven't completed the Sakas commissions. Let's go. many characters which are not good. Also not built. I don't know, but particularly I have a lot of cryo.
You're right. Right now, right here. Swirl, Mark 2! I'm always watching. Pick up the pace.
That's good. What more? What more? Okay, this and that is same. What do I need? This. Okay, definitely we don't need that. It's already going to be level 90. I don't even know what should we do. Okay, okay. 60, 30, 30 and 30. 60, that's 90, right? 90 resins. If I did 3 world bosses, weekly bosses. So that's out of available. Bro. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this 2 times. Cause I'm gonna pull Z by no matter what. I got Z by linear.
Stay clear! Opening box of DeadEndYT. Right now, emerge.
Let's test my hypothesis.
Right here.
Enhanced animal modules?
Nothing lasts forever.
One more.
Life goes on. Orders given. Orders received. Emerge. Right here. Right now.
A spot of tea time entertainment. Stay clear. Come on, keep up. Animal Tech 6308.
Okay. I think that's good enough. If my fate points are still not collected, it will suck to do the commissions again. see if we can. Oh, let's go. Some points are collected.
How tiresome.
Finally.
Welcome to the... Welcome to the...
Oh. You can get primos, right?
Welcome to the... Thank you for coming.
Wait a minute, let me just log in and collect the daily rewards from the website of Hoyo Lab. Yeah, it's done. Okay, I have Alyosha, I forgot. What do we got here? Oh, nothing more important. Alright, let's resume the quest.
Take a break. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Let's unlock
Come on,
that.
keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break.
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let...
Oh, who's that? Charming guy.
Mr. Metia, over here.
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks, whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule...
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule.
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe...
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any
Oh, yeah. That, the piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River?
I'm really sorry for the background noise. My home is directly on the road. And some busted guy decided to just leave it at that.
Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the emergence of hope.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it every time.
Almost every time.
Oh, well then, let me say a few words about that other all-time classic, Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow?
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so...
Oh. But,
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were...
of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troop members.
So what did Odette say?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like a...
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some... So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for... Odette's dance during the Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently.
Is he a Geo character?
That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? It was so inspiring. Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing DeadEndYT doesn't like, it's people who this meeting was so hard to set up.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored her.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today.
I know, I can tell. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face, but not me. No, sir.
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad though.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend that they're...
Oh yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten... what's wrong?
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Iskra manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater invest box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, DeadEndYT. Seems like she's harnessing her...
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman, but...
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare... What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories.
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind. Project Stuja has now been extended so many times, we're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get it. If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out.
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss DeadEndYT. You really have a heart for the common person. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over project...
This is it.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just...
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have...
Oh, so you...
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnet crystal. From extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion, progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes I see people stare.
Could it be that this new...
No, it doesn't affect us because the energy is used for.
Almost.
Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss. We
That was
touched
pretty
on some
long
confidential
conversation.
issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone...
Nice job. Why was Media...
Sorry, routine inspection.
I know he knows something. He's
Okay,
suspicious.
let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick...
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check...
We'll settle our check too.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving.
What's that? Cowman golem.
He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? This raises a lot of
pretty
questions. Did he deliberately maybe his work isn't confidential after all? Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to...
Call it a day. I know something's gonna happen with him.
How tiresome. Pick up the pace.
Did I just pee out of the hotel for no reason? Yeah. So dumb move.
Pick up the pace. Come on!
You're back! Here pretty early. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temper still... It's like there's... some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon. Paimon's never felt this way before during any of her travels.
She's
She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to...
What is it? You're making that face again. You know, the one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment. So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? Well, Mitya denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that... But even so, those are completely different symptoms from... it's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if anything... Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The robot only has a... Oh, great point! you about Project Stuzha every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads. Good idea! Oh yeah, while you were out, Paimon tried all the yummiest looking dessert. This one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some.
So basically we have to do spy work to find what Project Stuzha is. I don't know what's it. Let's find it.
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend as visitors. Time to get ready.
All right.
Then head to the Snezhnaya Vetcha.
Let's go.
How tiresome.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise!
Sorry, I'm not taking in. Oh, good, you're here. The session.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you
She got ignored. So sad. Shortly after you take your seat, the meeting of the Snezhnaya officially begins discussions on whether to extend safe and tourism.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present.
The Fatui intros are very badass.
It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster.
Look at this. What's the kid doing here? It's so funny.
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusive. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the Kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in—
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to self.
Okay then. Best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative.
This guy is very cunning, I guess.
You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation?
He's also very intelligent.
And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a sense?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuzha cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seemed. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuzha continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued.
What the fuck is what's that?
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken. Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It had to be seen to...
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank, so surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Yeah, she is the big boss.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my...
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia, but I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuzha is not the root cause of the most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we...
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no response. As for Lilek, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like ending Project Stuzha has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the so whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against? Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly...
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuzha. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable...
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the... In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlolaidovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatu. Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnaya in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? What?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov...
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes. Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback.
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuzha will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm. The session...
It's done.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chuganov to vote against Project Stuzha. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political, as we heard, Project Stuzha is basically just a resource distribution free, but even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime in a situation like this. Once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vecha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far. Exactly. And as you know, I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuzha. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited. But now, he's already voted against it, which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Yeah, no one knows why Lelek is so obsessed with ending Project Stuzha, but by the—
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuzha. Maybe my next step should be to focus.
Oh, right. What are your plans for the rest?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the trip.
Sure. Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose... In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of...
Tea party?
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, his modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his... So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to... It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet. Careful, don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confront...
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just... there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability, but few would have the motive.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with... a little weaker than me. Oh, you hit me right where it hurts. I'll admit, he's strong and meticulous. But can we at least limit this to candidates who have something to do with Snezhnaya?
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting...
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are...
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more...
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate...
What do you mean?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her...
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when, so she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuzha?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no... Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold. The reason being, her father passed away during the... That was back before it had been named Project Stuzha, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a fetus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her... Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet.
Oh no.
Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution...
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess? In that sense, still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now. Or what her... Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing...
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to... Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Which means you can go in my place. No point...
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, but Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards.
It's gonna be a pretty...
But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before... I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, definitely.
Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace.
Hello again. Please rest assured, we'll keep a close watch on this place.
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. It's good that next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer for either way. Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme... Maybe this is going too far, but like... With everything she's managed to do so far, why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? So, if it is her, she's got some prints. Yeah! Well, all you can do is no change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things. Never mind. Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
Since when Paimon
If
has
Odette
become-
is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja.
Since when Paimon has become so understandable?
Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa when she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui. How much did she let on? Only time will tell.
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead.
Tomorrow is interesting, I guess. Okay, Act 1 is complete. Traveler doesn't rest, he just skips the time. Why can't I see where am I?
Enough. 3 bottles.
If there's anything you need.
Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Okay, this option comes only when it's something interesting. What's this camera angle?
Ooh, it sure is cold today. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your... Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to you.
Finally, some action story, I guess.
I think I'll leave the Lelik question until after the show's... Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again.
Yeah.
Oh no. It looks like the show's starting and I still haven't found Tonya.
What's he doing? Whoa, it's beautiful.
of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members.
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking.
May we leave?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way.
Oh, that's definitely Tony, I guess.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonia's age. Excuse me. Are you Tonia?
Huh?
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather.
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never...
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of... I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next time.
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home.
So... are you expecting...
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after, they will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay...
Sure. My brother might...
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? A fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow...
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened to him?
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver.
Look at this piece of crap.
Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the army. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to that guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories. Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me in Vodenitsa. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Is weather like this rare, even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad, even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a... No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look out.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just...
He's back! He's back! How...
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something... This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now?
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa, it's snowing hard. So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible. On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we... At least, I assume that's all right? Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, Your Majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top stars in all of Snezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
It's getting colder. We need to close the door and lock it tight.
Check the group photo. Okay.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious $1,000,000 more coat. They'll do whatever you ask.
Unexpected, but...
Oh, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do...
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant.
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never...
Excuse me?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. He's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I've ever heard of.
That's a lame joke.
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Odette's performance was one of the best I've ever seen. Even
I couldn't agree more, especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional to do justice to it. Do you think we were coming on too strong?
What about you? What did you think of today's performance? Oh my, that's very flattering of you. Thank you. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelik. I need a chance to speak with her.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just... I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today.
I'm with you. This could be just...
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuzha.
For the Rokad, or just that...
Shh! There are other people around. Don't...
How are you feeling, Tonya?
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take medicine for it.
Child must take great care of his sister. He's never...
You know, I actually stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters. Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into a magical adventure. I've always I'm fine.
Look after yourself. Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a...
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave. But don't drag... hello?
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger-level response. I wonder what...
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. Why, hello, sir. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby... Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mitya from the...
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment.
That's quite the intro.
I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance.
Mr. Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps.
So, Mr. Metia, is.
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to... Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to end here.
How's it looking, Alosh?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy.
May I have your attention, please? The storm, we at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly in a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Not bad. Clear selling point, at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the room.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well without... I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably... I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still...
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us. Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you forgot. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive.
Here we go again. The endless march towards survival.
What's going on? That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising.
The Black Mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the Black Mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left, the only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the Black Mist means certain death.
Okay, but it's not my mind that's the problem.
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run.
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep...
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist over this perpetual torture.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just...
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say, I hope that you both find peace with it. Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was... Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. This happens from time to time. But it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought for us. Huh?
That was a dream.
What is it, Chuganov?
Is it morning already? Sounds like it's coming from next door.
Miss Tonya. Okay.
What happened to them?
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that they would be the ones to die. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have...
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies.
But just last night, they were chatting and
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely low.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the body?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on.
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could...
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious activity.
It's gotten dark.
Nothing on your...
Backstage is clear. We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off age. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and...
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is... one...
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm. A murder takes place, and the killer is among us.
Looking at who the killer targeted, and the clean entry and exit... It all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious.
What is? What have you figured?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods.
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Snezhnaya. Always work. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you...
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Snezhnaya at the Snezhnaya. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Snezhnaya cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want! Just stop playing these mind games!
Was this really Lelik's doing? If Odette really is Lelik? This seems out of character. I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true identity. But if I reveal it now, What should I do?
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed any, at least from the stories I've heard. He's never killed anyone before. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme?
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette. But her assessment...
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the...
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik... I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting, because as things stand, every one of... Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues. But...
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one...
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as Odette? Really? Odette? Oh God, how dumb does this make me look?
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometime.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more what are we up to now? 1, 2... Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelik. It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a... I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui...
Probably best if you ask her that in...
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on this... Yeah. Lelik may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. We need to confront...
Do you think she'd really admit to being...
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone. Now's her chance. Hey, Odette.
What is it, you guys?
Shh. Keep your voice down. So, you're Lelik, aren't you? All right, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just none of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those two people, the Traveler was the first to figure out your identity. But he kept quiet during the discussion. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelik is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything.
All right. Yes, I'm Lelik. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that—
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky, but after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion?
Mr. Valeri!
What?!
So, Odette is Lelik?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelik. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means... So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd bet otherwise. I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to...
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being
I do have one question, Miss Odette.
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be and that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends...
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always...
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no...
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on...
Mr. Chuga...
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking...
Good work, Lelik Guard Team. And Lelik, too. Here.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguard.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our...
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easy. But... You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theater, so...
Really, Miss DeadEndYT? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my...
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss DeadEndYT?
Hey, mind your own business.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here.
Excuse me? Do I...
No.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that...
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across...
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not, and yet, you're
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close... Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand...
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not...
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like...
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. to guard against the killer.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we...
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the...
No.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the Night Watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field op. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no... In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples from...
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap. If you start to feel sleepy, wait.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the Night Watch. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should...
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation, too. I just had a simple question for you, really. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any... I see. No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am... Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose surely any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, it was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out, but strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face, sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes, but also her way of keeping an eye on. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval feel suffocating. So, When news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the... I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of